Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing a new foundation with you. This is Urban Decay's HYDROMANIAC. It's Stay Naked HYDROMANIAC Tinted Glow Hydrator, and it's medium coverage for up to 24 hours. So this retails for only $29. It has 1.1 ounces, so it's actually a decent amount of foundation for the price. It comes in 12 different colors, and the color I have is light medium or 41. And then it gives you a radiant dewy finish. They say that this foundation will boost your hydration by 30%. It has kombucha filtrate and marula oil. It also has glycerin, so it really does have hydrating ingredients in it. So it's fragrance-free, vegan, it has no alcohols, no essential oils, and then it's non-comedogenic, so it won't clog your pores, and I'm really impressed. I think that this would be good for really any skin type. I really like the packaging. So it comes in this tube instead of your standard like glass bottle with a pump, and it has this little tiny squeeze hole. So this is great because you're not going to accidentally squeeze too much foundation out. Like if you see, it does not come out very fast, and it is a little bit dark for me, but it's okay. I actually prefer my foundations a tad bit darker. And they say that you should apply this with your fingers, but I never apply foundation with my fingers. I always start with the brush and then I go in with a sponge and blend everything out. So let's get into the application. So I'm gonna put this on half of my face, just so you can see an idea of like, is it medium coverage, is it more full coverage? Right now my skin is freaking out. I am currently testing Zeo skincare products, and I am going hard on the hydroquinone and the retinol. I'm trying to just treat my melasma and treat my red spots and all the things. So I am going through a really big dry spell on my lower half of my face, and I'm also having a big purge. So if you see, there's a lot of redness that I need to cover and also some texture. So that was just a tiny amount of product, and you can see the difference in the two sides. So I am gonna apply a little bit more just so I can really do it the way I would normally apply my foundation. So I've used this foundation 4 times now, and I am so impressed with it. I just think it gives you the most beautiful coverage, but it's not super heavy looking. Like your skin still looks really natural and it feels natural, and it's just, especially because my skin's been so dry and it's winter, I think that this foundation is perfect right now. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my sponge and just blend it in. I also forgot to mention I'm wearing all of my skincare, and then I applied the Hourglass Veil Primer. This is like my go-to primer, so I know how it works with my skin, and it's good to test products like that because then you can really see, okay, yes, I like this foundation, it works with my regular routine. So this color is a little bit dark for me, and usually I am a light medium, so I would say go 1 shade lighter because it also oxidizes. Like you can see how dark it is on my hand now. So oxidizing is when it gets darker as the air hits it, and it just like as you wear it, the color changes. And most foundations do oxidize a little bit, but this one does go quite a bit. So maybe I would probably just get a light or whatever shade is under 41. But it is such a beautiful finish. It really just makes your skin look so glowy and fresh and hydrated. Okay, now I'm gonna put it on the other side. I'm also gonna pull it down my neck and try to blend the color out a little bit because there's a pretty big difference there. Okay, so I have it applied all over, and if you look, you can see I still have redness showing through where I'm having that breakout on my jawline, but that's okay. I still think that it just gives you this beautiful, most natural looking finish. So I'm gonna finish my makeup routine and wear this around for a few hours. So right now it's about 3 o'clock and it says it lasts for 24 hours. I have never worn a foundation for 24 hours. I'll probably rinse it off around 10 tonight and I'll show you the after. But let's just finish my routine so we can see the finished product and how everything else sits on top of it. So I'm gonna use just a little bit of my Born This Way concealer to brighten my eyes. So I'm gonna apply my concealer everywhere I normally would. I'm just gonna do the rest of my routine as if it's a regular makeup day. And I'm also gonna try to cover these guys because I don't really like them. It's weird for me to have this big of a breakout all at once. I feel like my skin's been pretty good lately, so I'm hoping it's just purging from the new retinol I'm using because I work so hard to keep my skin clear, but it's really not that bad, fortunately. I still have healthy skin, it's just a little breakout. If you guys want to learn more about retinol, I will link a video up here. I did an interview with Jan Marini about why retinol works, and it really is a skincare must-have. All right, so next I'm gonna go in with Fenty Beauty. This is in color Butter, and this is just my go-to powder. I know how it works on my skin. I love the consistency. I love how it doesn't, some powders, especially when they're darker, they bring my foundation down a shade, and I don't wanna do that, especially around my eyes. So I like this one because it's brightening. And then I'm gonna apply just a light floof of powder on the rest of my face, just to set the makeup. Okay, so you can see the difference right side by side. This side has setting powder on it, this side doesn't. So a glowier foundation like this is going to accentuate your pores. And so if you don't want to do that, just set it down with setting powder, you should be fine. But I do think that this really does settle into my pores nicely, and it doesn't make them look worse. It's just like, that's the texture of my skin. So you have to kind of give your skin some grace and say, okay, there obviously are pores here. It's okay for them to show. The skin around my nose is so dry too, oh my God. So you can see setting it down. I've tested this with a few different setting powders, and the Fenty one is one of my favorites because it doesn't mattify your look down. And oftentimes that's not the look I'm going for. I like to have a little bit of a sheen and a glow to my face, and this one still provides that without looking cakey or getting oily over time. This is the Becca Capri Coast. My skin is so reactive right now. It's like anything touches it and it turns bright red. Oh man. I just recently got this brush from IT Cosmetics and I love it. It's so good. So this is the French Boutique Blush brush, and then this is the Charlotte Tilbury blush in color Ecstasy. I'm a huge blush person, especially when I'm already experiencing redness, but just giving you a little bit of color. I have been enjoying that. I want to contour a little bit because I'm filming a few more videos today. So this is the Kat Von D Contour Palette. Okay, and then for brows, this is the IT Cosmetics Brow Powder Perfector, and it's in color Universal Taupe. I've never used a taupe on my brows, but I kind of like it. Like, it's not so intense and so dark. Also, my brows have finally recovered from my brow lamination that I did on New Year's Eve. Thank God. They were like, I'm gonna post that video, it's so funny. All right, so here's the finished face look, and I do think that the foundation still feels a little bit tacky. I've been applying makeup for about 10 minutes now, so it doesn't dry down to super dry, which honestly, I actually like it when I'm feeling like my skin is dry, because then you don't feel tight as the day wears on. And this one, I'm noticing that it's starting to settle around my nose, but that's honestly, my nose is so dry right now that like I can't blame the foundation. It's been doing this all week with every foundation I've worn. So this is what we're working with, and just wanted to show you guys because I think especially when you have dry skin, finding a foundation that gives you that glowy look and doesn't settle into your dry skin is really, really hard to do. So I think this is the one. I think that this is a good foundation for dry skin, normal skin, even oily skin, as long as you set it properly. It just gives you the most beautiful finish. So I'm gonna wear this around and I'll check back in a few hours. All right, so it has been 5 hours since I put on this foundation, and it's really held on very nicely. My skin still looks glowy and beautiful. If you feel it, it does feel like there's something there, but I'm also wearing a ton of skincare underneath. I'm wearing this really thick mask from Zio that's supposed to help with hydration. And so I think that just doesn't dry down. But overall, like every time I've tested this foundation, it stays on, it's beautiful. Same thing here where it was just kind of bunching up in the nose where I have that dry skin, but it didn't get worse. So I'm obsessed with this foundation. I highly recommend that you guys try it. And if you've tried it or if you have other foundations that you think I would enjoy, leave them in the comment section below. I would love to know your opinion. And if you like videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to see you guys next time.